Good morning. It's a Saturday. And I will pretty much be stitching greenery all day today. Not all day, just the whole time that I'm stitching on this project. There's like a residue on my finger or something. It feels weird. Hey girly, how have you been today? Hi Sharon. Hope your day's been going well. I know it's much later in the day for both of you than it is for me. It's only 9 a.m. here. It's hard to believe that your percentage on that reindeer is as low as it is with how much is stitched. Like, is there really that much background in the piece? Pouches? Are pouches what you're spelling, or purses? Because you kind of combined the two. Either way, I think I know what you mean, because you posted a picture of your one the other day. Ooh, you had your hair done this morning. Mine was yesterday. It still looks really blue in the camera, but I promise it's not. It's very much purple. I don't know why my webcam is filtering it to be not as purple as it is. It's filtering it out. Hi, Jen. You're up early. Thanks for saying hi. I'm officially going to Stitch West. I paid an invoice. Yeah, it seems so weird that you have, like, the percentage just seems like it should be higher. Percent, like, there's not that much more stitching to do. um, you're going skiing, and meanwhile, like, I have daffodils and, like, trees blooming. Yeah, because that's the weather we've got over here. Oh, Pip, you're okay. I have nothing scheduled for today, and that feels really nice because I've had something every day this week. Oops. There is a friend. We were starting to make plans to get together yesterday, and then she found out that one of her friends died in a horrible, horrible car accident. And so I'm just going to be available for her if she still wants to get together and just have some company, but otherwise I'll still work on getting Christmas things packed away. Oh gosh. Hi, Alicia. And Kristen, hello. My hair looks nice, except it's purple, I promise. It bothers me that it still shows so super blue. But it really isn't. It's very purple. So. There's probably a way that I can mess with the camera settings, but I don't know how to do that. Well, I don't know how to make it. Let's see. I know, I feel bad for her. It's it was like it sounds like there were 4 people in the car, and 2 of them died and 2 of them are in the hospital. Um, and it's like a long-term friend. It's my friend's, like, my friend's mother's best friend is in the hospital. Wait, my friend's mother's best friend. Yes, yes. Like, that's, anyway, it's. So I just will be available to her. Oh, girly. That's exciting. You're getting a lot of floss. That's good. The good thing is that it does look fine blue. I like it blue too. And so when the purple fades out and it is legit blue. Hi Jess, how are you doing? How is your chicky Eastery diamond painting going? Springtime? It's more spring. I don't know. It screams Easter spring to me. Well, 28 colors, that's not bad. Like, you'll be able to start your story keep for sure with what you have. Oh gosh, you're taking all 4 cats in at once? I'm definitely one of those people who schedule the vet appointments for each animal on completely different days. I do not want to take all of them in at once. But they're not all cats, I guess, so. Oh goodness. Which does remind me I need to make appointments for all the pets needed. I'm like a year behind. Oh, that's no fun, Jess. I had no idea. I guess, I mean, like, glue definitely shouldn't be slippery, so that's tough. I'm so sorry. Because if they're not going to stay put when you're working on it, how are they going to stay put in the long run? Oh, it's free today. That would definitely get me to take all of them in at once, so I can see that. Oh, I didn't know that you could do that. That the glue uncovering it would allow, I guess. I guess that makes sense. I just never would have thought of that. But I don't really know too much about troubleshooting diamond painting things since I'm very new. I mean, if that's all it is, then they really need to change their process so that it's not arriving to the customer messed up. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's nice that they gave you a refund. And you can still play around with seeing if it'll work. I love awesome customer service that way. Like that's how you treat your customers. Miss Pip, I took care of your needs. Obviously, I didn't take care of all of them, because she's complaining at me. Oh gosh, Jess, for sure. I have one cat who yowls in the car every single time she's in the car. She hates it. It doesn't matter what I do. So when I moved here, it was like an 8-hour drive. That was miserable for Kaylin and I. Plus the 2,500 people. Are you going to be there alone, or is someone going with you? Like, hopefully you're not really handling all 4 cats on your own. All 4 cats and 2,500 people. Although maybe not all 2,500 people will be there at once. It'll still be a lot. Ugh, yeah. Have the kittens gone many places? Or will this kind of be their first? Good call, Alicia. It's all the people and their pets. It's chaos. There's no way around that. So the kittens might be howlers too. Or Vader might set them off. Teach them bad habits. Like when we're in the car, this is the noise we make, y'all. I mean, I like pets too, but I mean, even putting 50 in the same place is a lot. Especially because you don't know how much some of them are going to be like there's going to be stressed out pets, and that's going to lead to stressed out owners. Definitely chaos. Nice. What projects? That's what I want to know. And once they're kitted up, though, then you're gonna start them, right? Because there's not much of a difference between a kitted up and a started project. I don't have a need for any thread, so the trip to Joann's sounds nice with the sale, but I don't need it. I literally have no need for thread. You see? Not against you, I'm just wondering. I think that it's a legitimate thinking pattern. Have fun skiing, Jen. It's all my fault now. How did this become my fault now? Hi, Laura. Oh, I've got stuff. There's some daffodils. Daffodils are blooming in my area. The trees are starting to flower. Like, it's an entire month early, but that's what we've got. I love it, but it's so early. And then last night it got below freezing, so the plants are going to be super confused. Aww. Well, it hasn't been a full year yet since you got it. Okay. I hope there's another gardener on here, because I honestly don't know. I'm not a gardener. I like gardens, but I don't know hardly anything, it feels like. I know that my roses are a mess. I have two. And I don't think that they're planted in the best place, but they came with the house where they were. And I don't have another place to move them to. And they are like a mess. They're beautiful when they're blooming, but they're a mess. I would say if the canes, I think that's what they're called, are like dead, you can cut those down. But if it's not, like, it could still be green in the middle. They double bloom. I love that. I have one that's a double bloom. I don't really understand self-pruning, though. Like, I've heard it, but I don't know how that works. Mine are just chaos. And they go into the walkway in front of my house, like up to my door. And so they'll hit you in the face if you're not paying attention. You don't have to take the dead buds off. Okay. I'm awful. I have never removed the dead buds, but I keep thinking I should. I really just don't know enough about gardening, but I want a lovely garden. So I'm gonna have to change something about that. Either I'm going to have to not want a lovely garden, I'm gonna have to hire somebody to do the gardening for me, or I'm gonna have to learn. So many options. But there's only one real legitimate one. This one. Yeah, girlie, you definitely need a greenhouse in order to grow anything. I really want house plants. Like, I think I would rather get something going inside before working on the outside. But I haven't done that either. Oh, lilies are awesome for that. Lilies and there's a couple others that are awesome for that. Green plants. I know, like I need the low maintenance stuff until I figure out how to do some higher maintenance stuff. Yeah, irises. I used to have irises, and I still kind of do, but Kaylin's dad kind of ruined them, um, because he's ridiculous, and my dogs ruined the other ones. So I don't get irises anymore. I should get a hosta. Well, and if you have them, that means hostas are cat friendly, so. Hey, Hannah. Do hostas need. What's their sunlight requirements? Do they need direct sunlight? Because that's the other thing. That, like, only certain areas get decent lighting. And so I feel like I almost need grow lights, like plant lights. Miss Pip. I mean, there's some beautiful hostas out there. Good. That's good to know. Because, yeah, like, downstairs lighting's not great in my house for natural lighting. It's really annoying. It's this spot that I'm in right now gets the best lighting in the entire house. Which is probably why I spend so much time here. I don't have much storage either. It's just that, like, the windows are kind of on the skinnier side. I really should just get a plant. A plant. Oh man, I hear that bamboo is hard to get rid of. It's lovely, but it can't, depending on what kind of bamboo, it can be really hard to get rid of. Hey, Catherine. I Okay, I think I'm convinced that a hosta is one that I can start with. Because I need something that's going to, like, help me feel good so that I keep trying. I will say, this is not about plants, but related to Catherine's comment here, um, is that, oh, I wasn't even stitched. Oh, oops. Um, my medication helps a lot. Like, it helps even me out, um, so that I'm not consumed with the more difficult emotions that I still experience. Um, I, I, how even did we start talking about plants? I would love houseplants. Oh, it's because Jess has a rose plant in a pot, and she was asking if, she said it died off over the winter, and she didn't know if she just needed to leave it or cut it down to the soil or cut it back or what. Um, and that got us talking about plants and houseplants. And I have sisters that are Porthos. They really like Porthos as a houseplant, like an easy houseplant. Lovely flowering plant that loves abuse. That's like the best description ever. Where's pen? trying to think of what else that they, my sisters talked about, but it's been a hot second. Hostas and Calencho. A flowering plant that loves abuse. I'm gonna write that down just because it makes me laugh. Ooh, I definitely want a hanging house plant. Absolutely. Like, I put it on my temperature bookshelf last year. Ah, I would love that, Jess. I could definitely put something in soil. Okay, check out Emily C. Is she on YouTube, Hannah? Aloe vera. I know at one point Kaylin wanted an aloe vera plant. It's been a couple years. Oh my gosh, a hanging plant. Does this one need sun or not sun? Because I have a few places that I can definitely put it. Where did I? Oh, it's right here. My needle's in my fabric. I'm so excited for a hanging plant. Okay. Because I have a couple different places with one is pretty shaded and another one is pretty sunny that I would love. And I can always try them in all the different places. As long as I water it, it's happy. Okay, good. I like that. Pip, do you need to go out? I will let you out of the room. Come here. Come here. While I'm standing up, I'll show you my diamond painting. How many cuttings do I want? 3? How does 3 sound? Because I have 3 places that I'm thinking of putting them. Okay, so here's where I'm at. This side is all done, and then this top part is done. This section right up here. Except for like 15 drills right in here of a color I ran out of. But stay. But yeah. Once I started doing the horse, like that black was fantastic. I loved getting in all of the darkness against all the light ones. It looks so good. I want to finish it before my new ones come in. I that's what I love about things like aloe vera or having like a medicinal garden or the idea of a medicinal garden because I don't actually have one is how much you can just like have something on hand that you can use that's so supernatural like that. Not like supernatural, but very natural. That kind of supernatural. Yay! Jess, you're awesome. I'm so excited. I'm gonna need to get pots now. Kaylin will love shopping for that with me. You must be consistently doing something wrong. I really can't help there. I don't know. I don't know enough. Like now's the time when um I know that you should start certain like indoor starts, but I don't have the right setup for that. And yeah. I'm gonna need to make macrame plant holders. I might. It would be fun. What's one more project? I'm jealous of your windowsills. You have windowsills in which you can put stuff on? I have no windowsills. It's sad. I can't do that either, Jess. They're so low to the ground. Like, I can't show you right now without making everything shake, but like, they're just so low to the ground. Like, my knees show through the window. Which I love. I love that they're tall and long. Like, I love that. Don't get me wrong. It lets in a lot more light, but yes, plant stands. I have looked, Alicia, at plant stands because that's what I definitely need. Oh, Catherine, that's exciting. Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's gonna be such a long flight, but oh my gosh, that's amazing. I don't know if it's common girly, but not. I mean, we just have a lot of houses like mine. I don't have any windowsills, so I can't utilize the windowsill as like a anything because I don't have it. Oh, I know. There's a store nearby that's closing. I should check there. So everything's like on clearance. Um, and I know that they have pots. They might have. I don't think they have stands, but I think Kaylin and I were gonna go peruse next week. I have thought of like you can do a kind of like a floating wall that's crosses the window that isn't it doesn't hang below the window, but it cover. Does that make sense? Like a floating window in the middle of the window? No, a floating shelf in the middle of the window. I have seen that done. Well, I've seen it on Pinterest. Picture in Discord. Yeah. I don't have I don't have windows like here. I'll show you the windows I have. I can take a picture. With the humidifier I still haven't put away. Good job. Keeping it real, y'all. Oh, wait. I don't know what color I need. Alright. There, I put in... Most of my windows are like that picture that I... Not all of them, but most of the ones where I am. And like my downstairs windows are that kind of window. The other bedroom windows are much more of a normal, like they're shorter, but in like downstairs they're low to the ground. Oh, Jess, I've got to do that later today too. It's a blast. But it's sunny today for me. Yesterday was all overcast and rainy and, you know, kind of blah. But I'm really happy that I have like no appointments. I don't have to go anywhere. Unless my friend says, let's please still hang out. Like, I'm just gonna... I'll do some cleaning. Some. Just some. Not a lot. Not as much as I should do. I will do some cleaning and a lot of crafting. I pulled out a Whipco piece yesterday and realized how... Where is it? I did these holly... I finished all of this stuff right here. including backstitching, as you can tell. It looks so good, but there's like 6 sets of these things. And the whole pattern. And they're, well, yeah. Because each little seam, there's 3 seams, and each seam has them in the corners. It's a lot of stitching the same thing. But I probably won't pull it out again. I don't know. I did the whip go thing and stitched on it. So I can move on to something else now. Or I could start in on the scene itself. I don't know. It's Christmas though, and I'm not super digging Christmas stitching right now. I'm liking like the Shire with those brighter colors. More springtime. And my diamond painting for sure will get attention today. Because I want it done by the time my next one arrives. Because I'm going to want to start my next one right away. Where to go with this thread? One, two, three, 4. Oh, I need to practice piano today too. I should not forget that. I've been tired of waiting. What do they need to do with all that time? I mean, they do graze a lot, and they have to travel to each place that they're going to get food from. I'm not so sure that I would want that. to trade less sleep needs. Kaylin's popped out with some random things this week. But the things you could do with all that time. Well, yeah, but it's not what the giraffes do at that time. And do we really need to have. I don't know. I think that humans definitely have a tendency to want to, like, fill up all their time, right? And have more time in which to continuously fill it. But is that healthy? Is that necessarily a good thing? I don't know. Oops. Uh-huh. Oh, when it's cold, I like to hibernate too, Catherine. I get you there. Like the shorter daylight hours and the cold, my energy definitely goes down until the daylight starts getting longer again. Oh, my friend messaged me. Let me see. My friend is so sad. Good luck, Catherine. Have a good rest of your day. There was an event um, today that my friend was asking. Yesterday, she had asked if I was going. And I was like, I kind of forgot that was a thing. She's like, well, if you're going to be there, I'll go. But if you're not going to be there, I probably won't go. I was like, honestly, I'd rather just hang out with you. I don't want to go to this event. And then she found out about her friend dying in this car accident. Yeah. Anyway, so I just told her, I was like, if you need company, like seriously, I'm here. Like, you don't have to talk, you can just cry if you need to. I can just be present. I mean, how often over the last 5 weeks did I come here and basically do that? Like, how many times was I here and crying and you guys kept me company? Like, yeah. Because sometimes you just need to not be alone, but you don't want the pressure of having to be, I don't know, presentable, like not a mess. And sometimes I think we need to give other people that reassurance that we can be that kind of company that they need in the moment. Like, no pressure. No expectation. It's okay for it to be messy. Oh, where did I end? That one? That looks bright. I think that's what I stitched. Yes, yes it is. Rivendell is next Friday, y'all. I have not prepped my fabric yet, but I have it. I need to like measure and cut. That's probably all the prep I'm going to do. Um, because I can't think of what else I would do. I guess I could go through and like zigzag all my edges on like all the different fabrics that aren't. I don't have a serger, but I have a sewing machine and I can zigzag edges. The Easy Grid doesn't fray very much, but I have Lugana that does. That need edges done. Same here. I know, Yeah. I don't. What other prep work is needed? I don't know. Cause I got pre-gridded fabric. I'm not pre-kitting it up. I'm gonna use my master set. I did order the Atom Heart thread bobbins for blends. Y'all, I've spent a lot of money on cross stitch lately. Like in a short period of time. That's what it feels like. Although I'm also putting like diamond painting in there, and I probably shouldn't, because that's not cross stitching stuff. But I also ordered fabric for my Lord of the Rings map. And I have a feeling that when that fabric gets here, I'm going to want to start that project, because I've been wanting to start that project for quite a while now. And I already have all the floss for that one. So, in Jess's own words, if you have all the things for it, there's not much of a difference between having it kitted and having it started. Having it started is closer to a finish than having not started it at all. I sound like I'm psyching myself into doing it, like I'm convincing myself that I'm going to do this. Y'all, this tree is massive. You can't really tell how big this tree is, but it is so big. I'm gonna be stitching this tree for weeks, it feels like. The diagonals are gonna get so long. Because of how big it is. I'll show you once I finish this thread, because I don't want to like forget what I did with the needle. Or how I'm pathing the thread or something. Girly, Kaylin made a good point the other day. I was like, I have spent a lot of money lately. And she's like, I'm not surprised. Like, what? She's like, well, you go through periods where you don't spend any money, and then you go through periods where you spend it. And so it feels like it's a lot all at once, because it is, but when I look at it like as a whole, it's okay still. Like, I like how I have a daughter who can remind me of those things. It's very helpful. Okay, so this tree. You can see it out here and how it comes down here over this book. It basically goes out to here, and I think that there's another book here, but that's pretty much how big this section is going to be. Like, here's my hand. Like, that's how big this is going to be. And so working through the diagonals, once it's over here, is going to be so long. I mean, it looks good, though. It does look good. And I know that it's not all greenery. I think it comes in at this point. And then you've got the trunk. There's other things besides the tree in this scene, but it's just so big. I still need to come up with a hashtag. Like, I just need to decide on a hashtag for this Rivendell Lord of the Rings thing. Oh, I'm stitching down here. I wrote down the idea from the other day. I think I want one that's more like all-encompassing Lord of the Rings, not just Rivendell. Can we talk stitching rotation for a second? Like, what do you all do? Do you have one, or are you very sweewy? Like, stitch your mood. Because I've been trying to decide if I want to go back to the plan that I started the year off with and made it through 2 weeks worth before that fell apart. It fell apart because of me, not because of it. But I don't know that I want to go back to it. But I don't know what I want to do. But I feel like I want something. So I'm looking for ideas. Or maybe I should just let you guys always tell me what to work on. Sharon and Linda, you stitch with your mood. Do you find that you're kind of setting a goal when you're stitching with your mood, or is it just like, I just want to work on that piece? I think for me, I keep, whether it's intentional or not, I keep wanting to set goals. Hey, Ball. Been a while. You don't have a set rotation, you just have 3 or 4 projects to work on each month. You do, Alicia, also keep a pretty small whip count though. So I'm trying to I'm very, very behind. I'm over a month behind on floss tube videos. So do you have projects that are like inactive in a month? Or are you down to only that many projects? You can't be down to that. You have a lot of big ones. You do use the wheel, and you and Angie also have that, I don't know what you guys call it, but like you have that too. The thing between you and Angie, whatever you call it. That partnership. You alternate between rotation and sweelie. When on rotation, you pick 3 for the month and stitch 2,000 on each. You just want to work on that piece with no goal in mind. See, I feel like if I can stop having goals, that would be fantastic for me right now. But I keep thinking, like, I don't know. It's hard for me to like set aside goals, even when I'm just stitching mood. You have 1 main project and 2 little ones. I think the pressure is from me. I think I'm just very goal oriented in general. I like to know that I'm working towards something. And I put that pressure on myself. Which is why I need like a structure in order to like not go too crazy. You know, I already have 2 pieces I work on every day. So I need the rest to stay like minimal. I just don't know how to do it yet. Wheel of stitches. See, now that you say it, of course that's what it is. I just couldn't think of it at the time. I guess what I hear from a lot of, especially floss tubers, that they feel pressure to like make sure that they have progress to show on video, and I don't have that kind of a pressure. The pressure is just solely from myself. You make goals on the projects you feel like working on at the time. I think that's what I'm doing with Whip Go, is that I didn't set goals for Whip Go. I just put the projects, and then I said as long as I stitch on it even just once, that'll be good. But what I've been doing is taking a look at those projects and then deciding, well, let me do this part of it. So maybe I just need to do more of that. Set little baby goals for them. Whatever them is. Good morning, Chrissy. We're talking stitchy rotations or stitching by mood. Like, how do you choose your projects and how do you work through them? Are you super goal oriented like I am? Are you lost without a plan? Hey, Dominique. I look more energized today. Yes. I think I am. I think I am. Like the medication is continuing to work. I'm very tired, but that's not new. That's not new even for like normal me. Mood always. But you do kind of set goals on those, right? Like aim, maybe not goals, but like I know that you like to work towards like a page finish or something like that when you are working on a piece that you want to work on. There's a lot of black in this section, which I don't mind at all. Somehow I need to find that balance because I want to see progress on my projects and I want them to all have love. But there's so many of them that, like, I don't know. Do I like to have a time frame to work with or a stitch goal? I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. I like obviously I can stick to things long term. Like this bookshelf is an amazing example of that. Um I'm trying to think of how to best answer that question. I think that it maybe depends because on WhipGo, it's kind of a time frame. Like, I just need to stitch on it at least one time in that month, and I can say there's been progress, and I feel like this Christmas one, I I feel like I made progress on it, and I just worked on it a couple hours last night, and now I can put it away, and I'm fine with it. Like I don't want to keep going on it. Like that was enough. But I feel like there's progress made. But sometimes the progress, like on the full coverage pieces, especially, progress is like hitting a percentage or something like that. And that helps me feel like there's progress more than like, oh, I stitched 5 days on it. I have 25 projects right now. plus 2 fostered projects that don't count in that 25 number. And next Friday, I'm starting Rivendell. See, this isn't, it's actually more stressful for me to not have a plan than it is to be like, I have all of these whips. But I absolutely understand wanting to keep the stress down. Absolutely. At this point, we all know what stress does to me, right? Like, I absolutely understand. But it is more stressful for me to not have something to guide it. Like, I need that structure that allows me the flexibility. And I think I'm struggling with what that looks like right now. I am so excited for Rivendell. Like, I think that Kaylin and I are going to go to the mall on Thursday, so that Friday is literally just stitching. I love that we're all different. That's why I was asking how people approach their stitching, because sometimes, like, sometimes somebody can say, oh, I do it this way, and then it can spark an idea in myself. I love it. Yay, Chrissy! You are a million times more prepared than I am. I need to cut my fabric, and that's probably all the prep I'm going to do. Hey, Jamie! Alicia, send them my way. Literally. Like, and if you don't want to type it all out, then you can send, like, voice message on Instagram. I definitely would appreciate the ideas. Oh. I was like, somebody's walking to my door. My brother ordered food. Jess, I will be thinking of you and the chaos you're going to be. Let us know in Discord how you survived, okay? You've thought it would be fun to work with 24 whips. Oh my gosh. Yeah, once I like the bookshelf is kind of outside of those plans, and Woodland Enchantress, right? Because those are already kind of set on what's happening with those projects. It's like, what do I do with all the rest of them? That's where I'm at. I have thought about kind of like a weekly thing. Oh, I did consider, um, how did your cat break a coffee maker? Just know you went down to fight her. We'll blame Vader. That's what we'll do, Jess. Um, I did consider doing like um, kind of rotating through weekly, but in a way that instead of going through all of them straight, doing like project number one and then having basically building the rotation, right? So project one, and then I'm at the end of the rotation, right? So then there's a project two. And then I would do project one and then two, and then I would bring in project three. And then I'd go back and do one, two, three, and then four. I'm kind of toying around with that idea. Because then I would, like, there would be a project, like number one would see a lot of progress, but the other projects would also still get work too. Knocked it off the counter and shattered it. Oh my gosh. Coffee and scones sounds good. Guys, I'm just very excited that I can eat food. Like all the food. Nothing is off limits anymore. I can eat it all. Oh, a ladder is perfect way of describing that. Yeah. Like it would probably mean that there would be projects that I didn't work on, but I think that's where WIPGO comes in also, because well, at least for my non-full coverage, I would touch all of those in the year. That's true, Alicia. If finishing one would allow me to stick in something else, or just like crunch it down, I guess. Because some of them are like on the smaller side. And like a week would like if I'm thinking, oh, I only have a week, how much can I get done on this in this week? Because it'll be a while before I see it again. Maybe this is the idea that I go with. But I would still allow for Sweewee. Like if there is a time when I'm just feeling another project, I feel like I should give myself that permission. One thing I don't want to do is like every day is a different project. That's too much chaos for me. Like that is too much, like changing out of like hoops and Q snaps and like not really that much progress every day. And then what if there's a day that I really can't work on it very much? That'd make me sad. I have veto power, yes. I'm learning that I can have that power. It's taken me a while. Okay, well, I already know what project number 1 is. And that's going to be the little rabbit from Kaylee. Because that has a deadline of the end of this year. Hopefully sooner, but that will be project number 1 because it needs the most work on it. But that's like the easiest decision. I don't know what'll be next after that. And I suppose I could always limit how long my ladder is. Like I could say it goes up to like 5 or 6 only. Trying to decide what a good number would be. If I go up to 6 projects plus my 2 daily pieces, that would be 8. And in my head, I feel like if I had 8 projects only, instead of, 25 plus, that might be good. Okay, next when I feel like it. I think it would be good for me to keep to a full week. Probably switching on Mondays. Because, yeah. Monday through Sunday. Especially because if I have veto power, I can pull something out on a day. And if I find that I'm just not wanting to stitch on whatever is planned, we'll see. I have a feeling though, knowing that like I have a week, I'm gonna want to see how much I can get done. Like it'll start activating like the goal side of me, but within the time limit of like, maybe it'll be like either when I reach the goal or when I hit the end of the week, whichever happens first. Ooh, I like that idea. Good morning, Debbie. I do like this part of the idea. Because that means at the beginning of the week, I can look at my piece and say, like the rabbit piece, I can hit 10% in a week. And then if I hit the 10% in less than a week, then I can pull out a completely different project that's not on my ladder. Or I can just work until, you know, end of day Sunday, and then Monday just start on a new piece. Like, I like this idea. Before the buzzer goes off, right. I'm liking this. See, it's good to process out loud and bounce ideas off of you guys. Because when it was just in my head, I was like, I don't know, I'm so indecisive sometimes. You didn't mean to dominate there. It's okay. I mean, there are a lot of people here stitching on by mood, and so they just might not have much to say when you are trying to figure out not by mood. So now I'm starting to think, what would my 6 projects be? I mean, I already said the rabbit. Probably Rivendell. Probably Sabrina. That's 3 right there. I don't know what else. One of my smaller ones. I have 3 I would consider one of the smaller ones. Oh, and I guess my travel stitching doesn't count either. You didn't completely get the whole ladder thing. Okay. You'll figure it out at some point. Okay, so here's the idea. Is that week 1 will be my little rabbit. And that'll be project 1. And every time, and that will be the start of my rotation. And every time I reach the end of my rotation, I will add in another week and another project. So week 1 and then week 2 will be, I don't know, let's just say Rivendell right now, even though I don't know that it will be. So I will do the rabbit, week 1, week 2, Rivendell, and then I will go back to week 1 and basically start the ladder over again. The rabbit, Rivendell, Sabrina. And then I will start over again. Rabbit, Rivendell, Sabrina, the drawn thread. That's 4. I don't know what it'll be. And then the rabbit, Rivendell, Sabrina, the drawn thread, Queen of the Night. And I will go up to 6 And then I will just keep going on those 6. And when I finish a piece, either all the projects will move up, and then there'll be a new project number 6, or I will just replace that one with a different one. You're welcome. So then I will have this like ladder rotation of 6, but then I will still have my bookshelf daily stitches, Woodland Enchantresses 30 minutes, and I'll have my Year in the Woods as my travel pieces. And so that's still a lot to work on. It's still not like just one project in a week. And if I feel like working on something different, I'll work on something different. Ooh, I feel like the Shire piece needs to be one right now, at least. Because I'm loving the colors on that one. I kind of like that idea too, Alicia. Especially because if I feel like I need to work on the number 1 more often, I can always alternate between number 1 and then number 2, number 1, number 3, number 1, number 4. I can always do that if I need more of a focus on number 1 for some reason. I'm thinking, I guess, primarily of the rabbit, knowing that I need to have that one done by a certain time frame. Well, honestly, once I'm at number 6, like once I have all 6 projects, the number 1 spot would only be worked on once every 6 weeks. Unless I alternated. There's a lot of options here. So I'm liking that there's variety that I can still play with. And I suppose I can always swap a piece out, even if it's not finished, if I'm just needing a longer break from it. Longer than once every 6 weeks. If you were going to pick one of my projects to be in this 6 project rotation, what would you pick? You can't pick Treasure Hunt Bookshelf or Woodland Enchantress. You can pick any of the other ones. Ooh, that's kind of a cool idea, Alicia. Like, reevaluate every 3 months if I wanted to change it up or not. How many? Well, we'll see. Yeah, Alicia, that's pretty much it. Like, I want to touch all of them and I want to see more progress. Which is why I was working on getting my whip count down. So then I felt like the progress was like more instead of like, oh, I did a day. I did this little section in a year. You know? And I'm still less than my highest whip count, which was like 34 or something like that last year was my highest. And now I'm less than that, and that feels good. It feels better. That's for certain. I know. Dominique, I feel like Lord of the Rings definitely needs to be in there no matter what. You got your coffee and scones now, yay. Your day can start, Chrissy. You can choose the ones which are nearest to a finish. That would be kind of a cool way to go, because then, yeah. And the rabbit. The rabbit is like a definite has to be there. Yeah, but girly, I already have so many. So, like, I can't just abandon so many of them just to focus on a few. And I'm not sure, I do think that only that few would be not enough, but 8 to 10 I feel like may be my happy place if I can get down to that in the next 5 years. Oh, ink circles. I need to get back to that this month. It was my other. Oh, wait. Yes, that was another whip go one this month. Queen of the Night, I feel like probably will be one. I should write some of this down just so I'm not relying on Rabbit, Rivendell, Sabrina, Queen, Sertica Row is the ink circles. Hey Joyce! Oh, the Twisted Band Sampler. That one's a good one too. That one is a good one. I'm gonna say the Drawn Thread one, the Summer Garden, because I'm kind of digging that one out of my smaller ones. Of course, I just wrote down like 7 of them, but that's okay. It'll be hard to figure out which one's near a finish. Well, probably my small ones. And I've also been wanting like my chatelaine to be in here, but like I think I need to get some other things finished before that one becomes more of a focus. Good morning, Michelle. Oh, I didn't write down the Shire. We did talk about the Shire. Oh my gosh. And my ladder's already got 10. 8. Yeah. I'll definitely have to think about how this is going. I might set aside Queen until I have the rabbit finished. I went from not really knowing what I was going to do to having almost a fully fleshed out plan in place. I like it. I know, the ladder is getting tall. I'm gonna have to look at specifically which ones here. I mean, 8's not as bad as it could be. I mean, I was thinking 6, but, you know, 8. Like, that's only a 2-week difference, right? You're gonna clean the house. Okay. It is a pretty good mix, though, of like full coverage and not full coverage. Like, there's a lot of interest within here. I haven't gotten my piano tuned yet. I need to call them and schedule it. I really do. 6 or 8 or 10 or 25. I know, like, let's not talk me back up to all 25. Like, let's keep it narrow, guys. Hey, Amy. Oh, Michelle, we were talking about how I, like, needed a plan for my stitching, but I still needed flexibility, so this is what we've decided on. It's like a ladder where I start at the bottom each time. So, like, week 1 will be, like, my rabbit. And then week 2 will be, what did I write down? Rivendell. I don't know that this will be the order, but that's fine. And then I'll go back to week 1 and do rabbit, and then I'll do week 2, Rivendell, and then I will add on a third piece, Sabrina. And then I will go back and do 1, 2, and 3 and add on another fourth piece. And I will just start back at 1 and then add on until I get to like 6. The idea was 6, but we have 8 written down here. And then I will just rotate through those 8 each time. And then Alicia had the idea that I could reevaluate every like quarter or something, to switch them out if I wanted to see more pieces. And I can still always have like sweet wee moments if I want to. Like, I just don't feel like working on this one, so I'm gonna work on one that I want. I give myself that permission. I currently do, but in the moment, will I actually keep giving myself that permission? That's the question. Yes, it would be a week, like Monday through Sunday, and then I'd switch it out on Monday. For the next piece. And, oh, here's another part of it, so that I have like flexibility, but also like at the beginning of the week I can set like a goal for that week for that piece, because I guess I like to complicate things and I can't just say work on it for a week. But then I can say, for example, the rabbit, I can do 10% of that rabbit in a week. I can do it within like 6 days. So I will either work until I meet the goal on that piece or until the week is up, whichever one comes first. So I still have like a time frame in which I will definitely make sure I move on. But then if I finish the goal early, I can choose whether or not I want to keep working on it or if I just want to pull out another piece. I get the variety and the flexibility, but still have the structure to work with. And it's just complicated enough to where I'm crazy. I don't know. Like, let's keep it simple and then let's complicate it. Yeah, Alicia, like, it'll just give me that little bit. Girly. Oh. Don't give me ideas like that. I like to complicate things too much as it is. If I don't know what to work on, I'll just post in Discord and y'all will pick something. And I'll be like, alright, that's what I'm going with. A landing that leads to the next ladder. Oh dear. You guys are awesome. You guys totally rock. I love it. You're helping me figure out my problems one problem at a time. Actually, I was just... Oh, hold on. If you don't reach your weekly goal, you get a snake and go back to the start. Just kidding, don't do that. Okay, but Dominique, that kind of sounds like fun. Chutes and ladders, yep. Like, we just turned this into an entire game. I love it. Oh my gosh. It's better than Monopoly Edition, where, like, missing my weekly goal puts me in jail. Missing. Not meeting it. I don't know what to, yeah. Right, snakes and ladders, chutes and ladders. I think we have both versions here, but yeah. You can roll the dice and see which ladder number you should work. And then you need to do. my gosh. The collective brain of the community. This is fantastic. Oh, but you can combine these two ideas here. So, like, missing the weekly goal could mean going back to the beginning, or it could be rolling a dice and stitching 200 stitches on that project to get out of jail. Yeah, you want to play this game. Oh my goodness, I am loving this so much. Like, you're definitely activating, like, oh, challenge mode is on. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And thick. Uh, you're not the only one. There's a fair amount of people here who's doing, um, who's stitch by mood. I am absolutely loving this idea. The question is, do I do more Monopoly style or Chutes and Ladders style for missing a goal? Yes, Amy, I am very much on track. I have zero worries about my bookshelf at all whatsoever. I've even been able to bring down my daily stitch count from 600 to 568 right now. Oh, categories, that would help me, like, pick a project. Full coverage, non-full coverage, close to a finish, specialty stitches, and then you choose. I like this idea. Because yeah, the Twisted Band Sampler and Summer Garden both have um, specialty stitches in it. And then it would make sure that I had a variety of ones. Let's see. Yeah. I like this idea. You guys are the best. I love it. I'm actually going to film a floss tube video on Monday. Pretty sure it's going to be Monday. It's been a while since I did a legit floss tube video. So categories, I'm gonna say one would be a priority, just whatever I feel like is priority. Lord of the Rings, specialty stitches, I just wrote down 6 categories. You have this idea while you're doing the laundry. I like it. That will help me keep to just 6. And then if I pair